Hey guys, last video I talked about Romans 13:10, and I talked about how to love your neighbor as thyself is actually a pretty difficult task that's going to require you to strengthen your spirit. So today I want to talk to you about some ways that you can strengthen your spirit. So for me, I wanted to talk about how the two main ways that I have strengthened my spirit is number one, pray. Now, of course, when you pray, you don't necessarily want to just say what you've always said in your prayer. You may want to think about God's will and think about what that may be and ask God to help you understand that. Ask God to help you become less like this world and more like his son, Jesus Christ. Now, this is just an example. I don't want to tell you what to pray. I want this to be your prayer. But for starters, number one, pray. Number two, read, study, and apply the Bible. You read the Bible to learn. You study it so that way you can understand, and then you apply it to your life so that way you can be more obedient to God. But of course, as you start to read the Bible and start learning things and start seeing how some people are not doing what the Bible says to do, you may start to become a little bit more self-righteous. So you want to be careful and you want to stay humble because this is going to be a lifetime of learning. I was talking to my pastor today and I was telling him, I'm probably going to be studying these concepts for the rest of my life. Like it's not as simple as, oh, you read it, you understand it, you're good. No, there's different things that you may not even be thinking about that someone else may relate to you. And you'll say, whoa, that's a different perspective that I didn't even realize. So it's a learning thing. You stay humble. You make sure you ask God, you pray so that way you understand and you can get confirmation. So that way you don't get manipulated into thinking the wrong things. Now, these are the things that work for me. Now, of course, there's other things that you can do. I read that some people do good works like charity. And some people say to be around like-minded Christians. Because when you're around other people who are on the same journey, on the same path as you, then it's going to be helpful to your spirit. It's going to be a blessing to you. Now, of course, be careful because sometimes people call themselves Christians, but they're not actual followers of Christ, And I don't mean that in an insulting way because at the end of the day, I was like that too. I call myself a Christian, but was I really following Christ? So I don't say that as an insult. I just say that you just be careful not to follow the ways of someone who is not actually following Christ. Now, I'm sure there's more ways than that. So don't just take this and think that's everything. But it's at least a starting point. And I pray that this has blessed you. And hopefully it'll get you closer to reading the Bible and getting even closer to God. But that's all I got for you. Talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.